Today I'm going to talk to you about the work-life balance. Okay, so what is the work-life balance? The work-life balance is so important. I cannot stress to you how important it is. It's so important. So in basic terms, a work-life balance is keeping the pressures of work and your personal life in equilibrium. One balancing out the other. So if you think of a balance scales, on one side you've got work and everything that goes with it, all the pressures, all the stress and all the things you've got to do, everything you've got to think about. And then on this side you've got your personal life and all the good things that go with that, like going out for dinner, going to the pub perhaps, or anything relaxing in front of the telly, anything that alleviates the pressures of work, or in fact balances up the pressures of work to gain an equilibrium in your life. So if you spend, say, 8 hours at work a day, you roughly want to spend 8 hours doing, fun things and that in your personal life, don't you? No, that's not how it works. 8 hours at work may give you, say, a certain amount of pressure, a certain amount of stress. It may be that doing something for 2 hours in an evening will alleviate and make that better. It's not an actual balance of time, it's a balance of the importance of certain things in your life. Now obviously work is important. We all need to work to live. We need to be able to earn money to pay for all the bills, and with that comes a lot of pressure to earn money, and that is one of the biggest pressures that we have in our lives. And leisure time is also important because that is the part of our lives which is fun, which we have control of, in that we have a lot more choice of what we do in our personal lives, in our leisure time. And so a work-life balance is something that can work two ways. Not only is it for the people like most of us who probably find ourselves working a little bit too much and experience a lot of pressure and stress from work, and to alleviate that with good things in our personal life, but it's also for the shirkers amongst us, not pulling their weight at work. A balance is that, and for those shirkers, there's only a few of you, but it's the same. So for the most of us who spend too much time at work perhaps, or too much time thinking about work, and we suffer a little bit from the pressures of work and the stresses of work, what can we do to make more time for our personal lives, to enrich our lives with different things that we can do in our personal life? Right, well, first of all, this is one of the most important things we need to do when it comes to working, and that is being able to switch off from work. There needs to be an end point to your day, even if it means there's some sort of routine to your day, just to condition yourself to think about as an end point in your day. When you clock out, for those of you that work on hourly paid contracts, you clock out, the end of the day, that's it, finished. And that's quite an easy way of making an end point to your day. For those of you like myself who are on a salary, it can be a little bit more difficult because there's always the chance that you work a little bit longer hours, you perhaps go home a little bit later or whatever, just to get the day finished or whatever. But you must draw a line on the end of the day, perhaps when you associate getting home, key in the door, end of your day. Where possible, switch off the mobile phone. You don't need to have it on all night if it's your work mobile. And don't send or read emails. Those of you who send emails to people at night, it's a no-no. You shouldn't be doing it. Those bosses that are sending emails to your employees at night, late at night, you shouldn't be doing it. In other countries like France, it is outlawed. You can't do it. It's against the law. And I believe that is soon to come in Britain. So hopefully that will happen, and that will be outlawed. But it's the same when you're at work. Switch off your personal mobile or leave it in your bag. You don't need it when you're at work, do you? Not unless it, perhaps maybe if there's the possibility of an emergency. But for those of you who need to contact you in an emergency, they're likely to have your work phone number, aren't they? So, there's not really any reason why you should have your personal mobile on either. But yeah, I'm just saying that to balance it up. If you work at home, that can be a difficult one as well, because if you work in an office, when you go out the door, that's like an end point. You can associate that with an end point. But if you work at home, that's a difficult one because you're always in your workplace. At the same time, it can probably also be difficult to get motivated in the morning because you're always also in your home, aren't you? So that's where the lines become a little bit blurred, and you need to work hard to try and establish some lines to separate the two. So it's not also easy to cut down on the amount of hours that you are at work because some people have long commutes. If that is a real problem and you do have the chance to perhaps get a job which is nearer home, then do it. If that is a real possibility. But for many people it's not, and the commute is part of it. But rather than perhaps making the commute part of your day at work, try and make the commute part of your personal life as well. Make sure you've got a book to read. Take something with you that you can calm down to, especially on your commute home. Assuming you're not driving, that is. If you're on a train, take a book or take iPad or something with a film on or something, and use that as downtime. Because a lot of you, if you've got families and that, when you get home it's going to be a bit full on again. That might be, your sort of hour of peace, if you like. So, try and think of it in a kind of different way. As I said before, it's not a case of having equal time, it's a case of having equal importance in your life, work and your personal life. Unfortunately, we all have to work, or most of us do, and if you can enjoy your work, then that is a huge benefit to you. If you have to do it and it's high pressure, then like I say, you've got to work even harder to make this work-life balance work for you. So there you are. It's pretty easy, isn't it, in principle? I know what you're thinking. Yeah, it's easy in principle, but the reality of it in real life, it's not quite so easy, is it? I know that. And do I have it all balanced up? Hell no, of course I haven't. I would like to think I try, and most of us will have it difficult getting an even balance, but rather than being there up like that, if you can get it to there, it's going to be a lot better, and obviously an aim to get it balanced. But do I have it all balanced out? No. And if you're a parent, it's this two-way balance doesn't quite work either, and so I'll come to that in my follow-up video next time. Until then, I I hope you found this video at least a little bit interesting. If you'd like to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to get a notification when the next video comes along, hit the bell button. Please leave a like if you like the video. Please leave your comments. I'm always interested to see your comments and I always reply to them. So yeah, until next time, do take care and I will see you soon. Cheers.